Okay, I'm going to talk about replacing a switch on the Taylor 340 that controls when the production of product or freezing of product cuts out when it gets to the correct thickness. In order to replace the switch, you're going to have to take off this panel right here. There are screws on the left and on the right. You need a tiny screwdriver. Works best for getting in behind if you have the spinner head on here. If you don't have this, it doesn't matter, but this works really well. This is a Klein screwdriver. It has the small slotted tip on it. Works really good for removing these screws. They're kind of tiny. You can get this at Home Depot. I've seen them. They run like $10. I would recommend picking one of these up. Or if you don't want to do that, if you don't have a set of tiny, smaller screwdrivers, you can get them at dollar stores too. So, but you're going to remove the screws here and here, which I already have out. Pull that like that, and pull it out. Now, sometimes what can happen is, with like sugary mixes in these machines, is that it kind of gets down here and it becomes almost like glue. So sometimes this thing will be on here like this, and you'll go to grab it, pull it out like that, and it won't even budge. In that case, what you can do is just a slide hammer, if you happen to have one. It's kind of a specialized tool. You probably don't have one. Like maybe like a pry bar or something where you can kind of tap it. Just be very careful, but you're going to want to hit it kind of from behind. You can feel there's a lip on this. Just kind of keep tapping it until it eventually breaks that glue that's created by that mix that may have gotten in behind there, and it will come off, but it might not be easy. So just to let you know about that. All right, now we'll get in and take a closer look at what we're actually dealing with here. So what we're actually replacing is a switch back in here, and I'm going to get some light in there so you can see a little better. Okay, so it's actually the switch. There's two switches that look just like this. It's this one back here. So what you're going to do is, now I believe there's actually a screw missing here. So there should be two screws that you need to take out, and then both of these switches will come out. And I believe that some of them have like a piece of brown, almost like cardboard, that kind of protects them. So that kind of hangs over it. Just when you put them back on, make sure that goes back on there too. But you'll see it, however your particular machine is set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that screw out of there, and then show you where we go from there. Just a moment. Okay, so I've gotten that screw out of there, and here's that front switch. You're just going to kind of pull that out of the way and get the one that's in behind it, and be a little gentle when pulling on these, because you don't want to bend them too much. You can see there's these screw terminals on here, where the wires that the switch controls, the wires that attach to it. You can see there's the common wire here, and then there's the other wire here that's, I believe, I'm not sure if that's normally open or normally closed, but you'll know just based on the orientation it's in, that when you put it back in like this, and you have the lever here going to the left, that you'll want to have this striped wire here. It's hard to see, but one of these is solid gray and one's gray with white stripe. The solid gray is going to be the common one, and that's off to the side here by itself, and you have two other ones here, but you're going to connect it to this this terminal here. So the solid gray one that goes there, gray with a white stripe, is going to go there. And so to remove these, again, your tiny screwdriver comes into play here. And just take that off right there. These screws are real tiny, real easy to lose, so be careful when taking those off. Just go like that. And then this one back here. And then, of course, just like I said, they're easy to lose. That fell down in there. So just pull that out and grab your new one, and just everything's done in reverse. You just put that, grab your new switch, put the gray with the white stripe on that terminal there, and your solid gray back here, and put it back into the machine in this orientation, and then you'll have this one like this. You put the screw through both switches. Make sure you get that brown paper back on there if it came with that, and then that back in, you'll see in there, I'll show you here if I can come out a little bit. There you can see there's these two holes right here. That's where those screws go back in. So there was a screw missing here, and so that's what's going to control the cutout on the freezing process. And then this one up here is when this arm is raised, that cuts out the or that tells it to go through a freezing cycle again. So that's covering the replacement of that switch. If you have any other questions, let us know. Thank you.